Hello again, friends. This is Alex, and I have learned quite a bit from last episode. Mainly that we were doing it kind of correctly. So what you're supposed to do is yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And now we have two on there. And what I also learned, and so we're increasing here too, so it's yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull, oops, it's hard not to pull that tight. Yarn over, pull through. So now we should have, so we're using this one stitch as like a turnaround, and then we have this increase here. So let's move on to the next stitch. So I'm pretty sure that this is the next stitch, because otherwise it's pretty messed up otherwise. So maybe I'll put in a stitch marker to make sure. But yarn over, one, yarn over, two, and then we can see where that is. So yarn over, one, yarn over, two. So this is actually, so this looks much better than the previous one. So you see that we're actually going back the other way now. So this says increase in the second chain from hook in all remaining chains. Okay, so let's do that again, where we go through the stitch. It's funny, this is the easier crocheting. I've never learned basic crocheting, I just learned amigurumis. So the straight crocheting is something I haven't done very much of before. Okay, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we'll see, I already see these are starting to like spread out quite a bit here, but so I'm not sure if they're supposed to do that or if I need to undo. Maybe let's undo one or two, because I don't think it's supposed to spread out that much. See, this is where it starts to spread right here. One, two, three. So this is the increase again. So, oh, but look, it's already large. So I don't know if we can help that. Help that from spreading too much. Yeah, you see, it's already large again. So, that might just be in making the chains. I'll make one coil and see how it goes, and then we'll worry about the next coil next time. They don't have to be perfect. I'm getting caught up in the minor details. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So I need to increase again. See, I need to be loose so that I can get into this stitch right here. This loop, it's not a stitch. There we go. My hands are shaking a bit. Oh, a little shaky today. I've eaten enough, so I'm not sure where the shaking is coming from. Over one. Oops. I did make that though. And then another increase. Maybe if I just don't pull so hard, just go more loosely. These are big stitches, but they're closing up a little bit too. Definitely not as large as I thought, and then not pulling it tight is also making it easier to see where I'm supposed to go. So we'll do that. I'll just pull very gently. See, it's making it much easier to see. Oh, that's the next stitch. I need to go there rather than... Is this the next stitch? I'm not so sure. This is a good practice too for the single crocheting, because I know you need it for other projects in the future. Spoilers. This one, these two. Okay, then we go here. Increase one. Oh, I pulled it taut. That wasn't supposed to happen. Increase two. Increase one. Increase two. Oh, look, it's starting to wrap around. That's really cute. Increase one. There is a long, long chain to go on this. This is insane. Increase two. Increase one. It's also not much to hold on to. It's like you're... Increase two. Increase one. Increase two. Let's see. Here we go. Increase one. Increase two. Okay, I need more yarn. I'm gonna use this whole thing of aqua on this little jellyfish. This big, thick boy. Increase one. Increase two. See, I keep pulling it taut, which makes it hard to see the next stitch. Increase one. I'll try to be more... It's a force of habit because I pull it taut all the time for Amigurumi. Increase two. Increase one. Oops. Increase one. Increase two. Increase one. Increase 2, I pulled it taut again. You see, now this one is, okay, here we go. Increase 1. This is a lot of stitches. To think to chain 60 and then increase on all of them is a crazy amount of stitching. We're going to do it 7 times. Let's increase 2, by the way. It's very calming and I still enjoy it. It's just sort of, let's increase 1, increase 2. It's just, it's a lot of stitches. I'm going to spend 2 or 3 videos on coils alone, I think. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. You're getting this really nice coil effect, and I do really enjoy that. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1 somewhere here. There it is. 1. Increase 2. Maybe my hands are fatigued from crocheting so much today. That's why they're shaking. Increase 1. Increase 2. We did do like 3 or 4 videos today. I'm still building those muscles. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. I would say we are about halfway done with this one tentacle. Increase 2. Oh. But gosh, is he gonna look so good? Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. This isn't there's not much to talk about while I'm doing this, so maybe I'll increase 2, because I gotta keep track of the increases. Maybe you find that soothing. Increase 1. Increase 2. But it's certainly not the podcast style that I normally do. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. You see that the spiral got much better as we went along, so the other coils will probably look nicer. But he's gonna have a special tentacle, and I kinda like that. Where's my stitch here? It's kinda strange. I think it's this right here. But it's all taut. Pretty sure it's this stitch right here I'm holding on to. Increase 1. Increase 2. Well, I hope that was it, but if not, this is a special tentacle. Increase 1. Increase 2. Okay, increase 1. Increase 2. I think that the problem is that it gets rotated a little bit, so I might have messed up a stitch there, but that's okay. Increase 1. Increase 2. Yeah, see how I can see the top of the stitch now? This area right here got kind of messed up. I think I'm gonna, I'd go back, but it's okay. I would lose track of where the increase 1s and increase 2s were. So, he'll just have a funny tentacle. Like Nemo. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. It's like counting sheep. 2. I keep pulling it a little too taut. More yarn. Okay. See, rotating it here gives me this little guy right here that I need to go into. And I pulled it really tight, so could skip a stitch. If I really try. Because it's right here. I'm just gonna pull in between these two. Unless I'm just crazy and that's not the stitch. No, it's definitely the stitch right there. Right here. Well, this is one heck of a stubborn stitch, wouldn't you say? I do have this tool here that's supposed to help fish out stitches, so maybe I'll use that real fast. I don't want to get lost where I am, but I mean, I see the stitch very clearly. It's right here. It's very clearly right there. It's just like bonded to the other stitch. Even with this precise tool, I'm splitting the yarn a little bit. There we go. Oh, bump the mic a little bit. Sorry. So let's see, even with that precise tool, I don't know if we're going to be able to get in there. To get the stitch. Okay, let's go back one. Let's go back 1, 2. Let's see if we can make that any looser by not pulling it tight. So we have this stitch here. We're going to do an increase 1. We're not going to pull it tight this time. We're just going to do increase 1 very loosely. Increase 2, or excuse me, increase 1. And then we're going to very loosely do increase 2. Very nice and easy. Okay, now let's see if that stitch is any easier to get into. Now that we've... Oh, look at that. So much easier. So much better. Light touch for these. Oops. And I missed it. That's really funny. Light touch for this, I guess. Increase 1. Increase 2. I'll keep that in mind for the future when I do the other 6 of these. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Is that 2? Or was that 1? This looks like... increase 1. 1, 2. Nope, 1, 2. I see it. Okay, I just am doubting myself. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Oh, that's a big stitch. First I was like, man, these stitches have to be really close together, and now I'm like, please give me space. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. Increase 2. Increase 1. I think we have 4 left. Increase 2. Okay, there looks like to be 2 left. Increase 1. Oh, I bumped Junior. Increase 2. And this last solo stitch right here. Increase 1. Increase 2. Well, this had an intended effect, and it worked somewhat. Definitely messed up a stitch somewhere, but that's okay. You can see that it started coiling differently. Okay, so we're going to cut off a long tail here to sew this into the body. I'm going to pull it through, and I really like how this looks, the curly bits. I'm going to try and straighten, or well, actually the opposite. I'm going to try curling some of these stitches here. See where I can get with this little bit right here. Because I think that it's fine. I think it just got flipped around. Yeah, look at that. You see that? It's just like a microphone cord. It just got a little flipped around is all. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that looks great. Yeah, perfect. Well, not perfect, but it's not supposed to be perfect. So, we're supposed to sew the coils to the bottom of the jellyfish piece. So this little small piece here. I'm debating, well, first off I need to find which one is the knot. Okay, so I want to get rid of this one. I guess I could have sewed that in now that I think about it. But this is the one that I want to sew onto. And I'll end this video by sewing one of the coils onto the bottom. So we're going to have 7. I think I'm going to do 1, 2, I think I'm going to do like a hexagon and a 1 in the middle. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that the first one would go, assuming that this is the, I like putting this at the bottom actually. So assuming that this is the top, it would go about right here. And I'm just gonna loop this through. And really that's all we need to do. We don't really need to do anything else. I will add one more just for good measure. And I'm going to cut this yarn. A little generously, because it's going to go on the inside. And we'll have our little buddy. Here we go. We'll get the, there we go. Got a little thumbnail. Alright, well, we have a lot more of those to go. So the debate is if we're going to do all those on recording. I'll definitely record them because I plan on doing the composite speed up at the end. But I don't know if I'm going to record them and do ASMR for them, especially because I have to count the stitches. So, I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you for joining me. I get that this was a very ASMR focused and not as much podcast focused episode. But I do appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate you listening, and thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.